Konnichiwa, Mia-san, and welcome back, my lovely otakus. Oh boy, this has been a long time since I did like a first impressions kind of video. This is kind of like a first impressions review video, and I haven't did one of these in such a long time because I've been having trouble with YouTube. I mean, if you guys watch any of my videos on this channel or my other channel, you all know I put disclaimers on most of my videos, especially if it has to do with media that I don't own. So, like, if it is like a show or I'm using some type of music or pictures, I put in my disclaimer about how I don't own this, so please forgive me. I'm using it for the purpose of entertaining people. And that's the reason why I haven't did a first impressions video for some time, like a first impressions kind of review video for some time, because YouTube keeps taking them down. That's why my Cute High videos are down. I don't know if I ever put them back now, I'm being honest. And if you guys want to know my opinion about Cute High, Earth Decline Club Love, just ask and I will tell you how I feel about that show, because I finished it. It was so cute. Just by that, you guys should know how I feel about that show. It was so cute. But anyways, this ain't about Cute High or anything like that. I just finished. Oh my god, I'm so excited to do this video, because this was like a series of videos I was going to do, but I didn't want to risk it because of YouTube. So we're just doing one first impressions reaction video. And oh my god, I am so excited to do this video. I don't know how many times I already said it, but oh my god, I'm so excited to do this video. It's about season 3 of UtaPir. Oh my god, that show. Oh my god. Okay, before I get into the details of season 3, what I liked, what I kind of disliked as well. For anybody who doesn't know, UtaPir is actually a music idol-based reverse harem show, and it revolves around Nanami Haruka, and about her involvement with 7 different boys in the group called Starish, and she's like their composer. She helps them out, and they all have a thing for her. They all like fall for her basically. But the one rule for an idol is you can't fall in love. So it's like a Greek tragedy actually, because it's like, I like you, Haruka, but I can't tell you. Even though there are a few of the guys who have led off to hinting that they do like her, but she's kind of clueless. I think that's the one thing I don't like about Haruka. She was pretty dense when it comes to some of the stuff those guys say to her. It's like, really, Haruka, they are hinting that they like you, but anyway, let's talk about season 3. If you guys watched my what I wanted to see in season 3 video for UtaPir, you all know I really wanted more character development with basically Starish. Season 3, they should just title it Season 3, UtaPir, featuring Quantum Night. I feel like Season 3 basically gave us more backstory and more detail about the Quantum Night. The members in Quantum Night, because we learned a lot about Ranmaru, Renji, Aya, and oh god, I'm just gonna say his name however we said it, Carmen. I know that's wrong. I call him Carmen. But anyway, yeah, so we learned that about Ranmaru's past, about how things happened with him while he was in his rock band. We learned stuff about Carmen, about certain things that happened to him, and we learned about Renji and certain things that happened with him. And then we learned about Aya, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen this show yet, we learned that Aya is like an android made by the Shining Corporation, and I was like, oh, that can explain why you're so cold. So, yeah. And so it focused on Quantum Knight's, their background stories, their past, how they became Quantum Knight essentially, and how they developed as a group and how they ended up working with Haruka for their song. So to me, the story starts out with Shining bringing them all in, saying Quantum Knight's going to perform at these sports games, and all of them's excited, and CL's like, why can't we? And they're like, well, next year they won't be in Japan, CL, so we can't. And so they're like, CL's, why not? We can do it this year. So they'll go to Shining's office, and they're like, we want to try to do the S Games thing too. And so basically, the whole S Games thing with Stars to me seems more like a side story in a lot of ways. To me, I felt like Quantum Knight, like, whole thing was the focus main thing for Season 3. Boy, my thoughts are so unorganized. But the little bit I did, the little bit of Starish, like we had Starish in there, the little bit I did see, I felt like they didn't give us enough of Starish. I mean, basically with Starish and the S Games, with their little story there, is basically we mostly saw them grow in the company, as we got to see that they're not just idols that sing and dance. We saw them work more on variety shows, more on commercials, and things like that. But as characters themselves, they didn't grow much in this season as developing. To me, they stayed the same as they were in Season 2. To me, the focus point, like I said before, was Quantum Knight. Quantum Knight grew a lot in this season. Now, saying with that, we turned the tables on, I forget what episode this was. Like, it was one of the later episodes. I think it was like 10, 11. We hear Renji saying basically to Starish, you are our rivals now. We will beat you for the S game. So basically Renji challenges Starish, saying Quantum Knight's gonna beat you guys. And basically they all just looked at Renji like, what kind of thing. And I'm just gonna give him the credit because I can't think. And then Atoya goes back to Renji saying, well, fine, bring it. Starish will kick your butt, Quantum Knight. And it was so cute. So basically, during that half of the show, you see both of the groups working with Haruka and them developing their songs and stuff. And then basically, Quantum Knight just does one last stinger to them and says to them after that, we're going to take Haruka from you as well. And oh my god, their looks on their faces when Renji said that, we're taking Haruka from you. I thought those boys were so cute, and they were so, like, dumbfounded, like, what? You're messing with our Haruka? That's our Haruka, that's our little groupie. Haruka's not a groupie, but that's what I'm thinking. She's kind of like a groupie to these guys because all these men are in love with her. And I wouldn't put it past her if she would do something, but I don't think she would because it's not in her character to do that stuff. But anyways, so basically that there was a challenge by Quantum Knight to Starish. Starish says bring it, and basically the challenge was basically to win the S Games and to perform at the S Games. And basically to keep Haruka. So we get to the last episode. Quantum Knight's song was beautiful. It was beautiful. Come on, I was so happy with it. And then we get to Starish, and I'm like, waiting for Starish because I'm waiting for like a longer version of our intro song. Basically, it was the same thing, so to me it was nothing special. The honor to perform at the S Games. And all of a sudden, we hear a familiar voice from the past.
最高の気分だ。久しぶりだな、エンジェルたち。みんな
ウルトラスーパーミラクルな僕たちが帰ってきてあげたよ。
ただいま。Heavens!
And it was Heavens! Oh my god, it was Heavens! And I was like, it's Heavens! Oh my god! I was like, I'm still psyched about that. And so yeah, so they started to sing, I think their song is called Heaven's Gate. I'm not sure. I think it's called Heaven's Gate. And so I'm like, they're showing the guys, and I'm like, wait a second. This ain't the original Heavens from Season 3. Season 2. Damn it. I know all of sorts. Okay. Season 2. This isn't the same Heavens of Season 2. There are 5 new members. So together with the 3 original members, you have 7 members. And I'm like, oh my god. Because I was counting before they did the little panel shots. And so I'm like, okay, there's 7 members. So 5 new members, 3 original. And I'm like thinking to myself, okay, this is awesome. And then they did the thing where they started to compare kind of while Heavens was introducing themselves, the new members, and the old ones, and where Heaven's brand new and stuff, and basically Starish are not going to beat us again, and all that jazz. Basically, the part I was excited for, like I started to say, was when they started to compare the new Heavens characters along with the old ones with each character from Starish. I'm like, oh my god, so this character is like the kind of like the evil version of Itoki. This is the evil version of Natsuki, Sho, Rin, Tokia, Matsa, CL. Oh god, I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. Tokia, Matsa, CL, Itoki, Ren. This is, yeah, basically, yeah. They started to compare all 7 members to each of them, and basically, Heavens basically says that whole spiel to her Starish, basically, we're gonna take Nanami from you, we're gonna take, the S games, we're basically gonna ruin your career, and basically, Heavens does the same challenge to Quantum Knight as well. Basically, they're saying, Quantum Knight, we're going to do the same thing to you. We are going to show everybody that we're better than Starish and Quantum Knight put together. So, it's just, and he's like making this big speech, and I'm like, oh, excited. I'm like, think it's episode 13. Has to be longer, right? Right? Episode 13. They just added the biggest plot twist ever in the history of Utapri, according to me. And then we get the bad news. To be continued. And when to be continued flashed upon my screen, I'm like, no! Why to be continued? I was so sad. I was like, really? So, excuse me. So, since there was to be continued, it's not a definite confirmed yet, but like a lot of Utapri fans, I hope, like me, are praying for a season 4 now. Because you cannot continue, I don't like shows that says to be continued, because I know there are a few anime shows out there that says to be continued, and they never continue it, and so you're like stuck, like, waiting for them to continue, or you end up going reading the manga. And that would probably be Utapri's downfall if they never continue it, because they don't really have a manga that they're following. This is a video game based show. And the video games are a lot differenter than the anime series. Same thing with the manga. I've read certain mangas and they don't follow the show completely either. And so it's like, you have to continue it. You have to have a season 4 for us to at least see how this all plays out now. We have to see how Heavens goes head-to-head with Starish and Quantum Knight. So I wouldn't be surprised in Season 4 if Starish and Quantum Knight team up to take down Heavens, which would be awesome. I'm just really psyched, and now I'm calming down. So it was generally, Season 3 was a good season. I think it started off pretty strong. It started off with a very nice first episode, a very sweet episode. I think the middle part with Starish kinda was weak, though. When we would see, when we have an episode of the Starish guys, when we have an episode of them, it felt like kind of not boring, but kind of mellow. And I mean, I like that for a change of pace, but also I like to find out different and new things about these guys, and which finding out new things about them working and struggling, their struggles, and them coming over their struggles was nice for a change. There are some places I kind of wish they were more involved with Haruka as a character as well, but Haruka was so busy in this season taking care of 2 groups that she didn't have time to hang out with these guys. The backstory and all the stuff with Quantum Knight I liked as well. I mean, it was different, I have to say that much. I liked the parts with Quantum Knight interacting and evolving as a group in this show. It was the stuff we did about this group, because from Season 2, we didn't really know much about Quantum Knight, and now we're knowing all these different things. And I think my favorite Quantum Knight episode would have to be either the one about Ranmaru or the one about Renji. But I think I like Ranmaru the best, because out of all of them, actually, now that I think of it, I think we kind of knew a lot more about Ranmaru than all the other guys. We never really knew that much about Aya or Carmen. So, yeah, it was just nice to get to know these guys more. Essentially, the fact that they are can be a potential romantic interest for Haruka as well. I'm so sorry. So basically, I thought that I can't speak. I'm sorry. So essentially, I really thought it started off with a good romantic beginning, basically telling us what we're kind of gonna get, but kind of didn't. The middle parts through episode 13 was alright. It was pretty decent. But I would have to say my favorite episode out of all is episode 13, because I think Season 3, episode 13 was the best Utano Prince-sama ending we ever got out of all 3 seasons. Because basically, we all thought it was going to end the same way. We were going to find out that Starish won, they were going to go off and perform, and so forth. The biggest thing, I was thinking, the biggest thing that could happen is Quantum Knight could win and challenge Starish to something else to make their revolution better. But just putting Heavens in there, and then just making him challenge both groups, and ending it with cliffhanger was just brilliant, and it's going to make your fans want to watch it through at least the first episode. And if you have a good, strong first episode for Season 4, your fans are going to come back, and they're going to want to watch the whole 4th season, which I'm excited and stoked about, that we're possibly going to get a Season 4. And I say possibly because it's not confirmed yet, so I don't know if we do get a Season 4, I will make a announcing video about that as well. The things I didn't like about Season 3, of course, we didn't get much character development from our characters, which I would like to see more of, besides Quantum Knight. Especially Haruka. I would like them to make Haruka a bit smarter, and maybe more wise to what is actually going around her. How many girls get 11 guys interested in her, and she's like, doesn't know it. I think that's my one thing I don't care for reversed harems. The girls are always oblivious to these guys liking her. So basically, more character development was on my hope list, but I was happy with what I did get from Quantum Night. The other thing I didn't care for is actually the ending song of Starish. The song was fine, but they had to put in really crappy 3D imagery of the boys dancing, and I'm like, why do that? Utano Prince Sama, or Utapri, has beautiful artwork. It's very detailed and fluent and just beautiful. And it's like, why ruin it with some crappy CG? And I was just really sad about them taking that route with the animation. It's like, just do it like you've been doing it. It's beautiful the way it is. But that was my biggest thing about that is, but besides that, I loved Season 3 so much, and I can't wait for Season 4. And, oh god, yes. So I hope. Okay, so I'm not making much sense, but that's basically my impression review for Utano Prince Sama Season 3. Here's hoping for Season 4, and I hope it comes soon because I'm so excited. So, okay, until my next video, all of you wonderful people out there, this is me. This is Monkey426 saying sayonara, matane, and bye-bye. Thank you for watching.